Night has always carried a certain mystery. When the sun disappears beyond the horizon and the world is draped in silence, something sacred begins to awaken. Darkness is not simply the absence of light, it is a presence of its own, a vast and quiet canvas where the soul finally has space to speak. And in that silence, in that depth, spirituality becomes more alive than at any other time. We often forget how important the night is. We live in a culture that celebrates daylight, productivity, movement, achievement, noise. The day is filled with tasks and distractions, with responsibilities that demand attention and voices that never seem to pause. But when the night arrives, it invites us into a different rhythm. It calls us away from the noise of the world and into the whispers of the inner self. The stars do not appear at noon, they reveal themselves only in the darkness. And just like the stars, our inner truths, our deeper wisdom, our quiet strength can only be seen when the outer noise has settled. There is a reason why so many spiritual traditions honor the night. The sages, mystics, and seekers of truth often chose the late hours to pray, to meditate, to write, or to simply sit in silence. They understood that in the darkness, the veil between the seen and the unseen becomes thinner. The stillness of the world creates space for the soul to rise. It is in the night that prayers feel more tender, reflections feel more honest, and the heart feels more open to the whispers of the divine. When we look at the night sky, filled with stars, galaxies, and infinite depth, we are reminded of something profound. Light only becomes visible in darkness. A single candle shines brightest in a pitch-black room. A single star draws awe only because of the night that surrounds it. Without darkness, light would not be recognized. This is the great paradox of life, that our challenges, our struggles, our shadow moments are not enemies of the light, but companions that make the light meaningful. Just as the night gives the stars their stage, our dark moments give our strength its purpose. But in modern life, many people fear the night. They fear silence. They fear stillness. They fear being alone with themselves. They fill the evenings with endless noise, glowing screens, constant entertainment, anything to avoid sitting in the presence of their own soul. Yet the truth is this: the night is not to be feared. The night is to be embraced. It is the greatest teacher of trust, of surrender, of faith. When the world is covered in shadow, we learn to believe in what we cannot see. We learn to walk by inner light instead of outer certainty. This is spirituality at its essence, trusting in what is unseen but deeply real. Think about the way life itself is structured. Seeds grow in the dark soil before they touch the light of the sun. Babies form in the quiet darkness of the womb before they are born into the world. Dreams arise in the night before they become actions in the day. Every new beginning starts in darkness. Without night, there is no dawn. Without the unseen, there is no seen. Without inner reflection, there is no outer transformation. Night is also the healer. Our bodies repair themselves while we sleep. Our minds process emotions, reorganize memories, and release stress in the silence of night. Spiritually, the same thing happens. When we allow ourselves to enter the silence of night with awareness, whether through meditation, reflection, or prayer, we experience deep healing. Worries loosen their grip, answers rise from within, and burdens feel lighter. It is not because night magically solves everything, but because the night allows us to hear ourselves again. It reconnects us with the part of us that is always whole, always calm, always connected. There is also a certain humility that night teaches us. Under the vast sky, we realize how small we are, and yet how deeply we belong to something infinite. Looking at the stars, we understand that our problems, while real, are not the whole story. We are part of a greater rhythm, a cosmic dance that stretches far beyond the worries of today. This humility does not weaken confidence. It strengthens it. Because when you know you are part of something vast, you no longer carry the weight of life alone. You feel supported, guided, and aligned with a power greater than yourself. Notice the beauty that only night can reveal. And remember that in the same way, your own life holds hidden beauty that only arises when you allow yourself to enter the inner night, the stillness of the soul. There in the quiet, you will find not fear but freedom, not emptiness but fullness. not darkness, but the gentle presence of a light that never fades. So honor the night. Let it teach you. Let it soften you. Let it remind you that every light you see, every star that shines, every truth that rises in your heart becomes visible only because of the darkness that surrounds it.